Israel is currently enduring a challenging period marked by attacks from multiple fronts as Iranian-aligned forces continue to escalate their offensive. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, reported that Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon launched 2 rockets toward Haifa, a major city in northern Israel, which immediately triggered air raid sirens in the region. This incident adds to the ongoing strain on Israeli defense systems, which are tasked with protecting civilian and strategic areas against a variety of threats emerging across Israel's borders. The interception of these rockets by the IDF underscores the vigilance and readiness of Israel's air defense capabilities. As the rockets approached Israeli territory, the Iron Dome, Israel's renowned air defense system, successfully neutralized the incoming threat, averting potential casualties and property damage in the Haifa area. The quick response from the IDF exemplifies the effectiveness of their missile interception technology, which has proven indispensable in mitigating risks posed by short and medium-range projectiles fired from neighboring regions. However, Hezbollah's involvement in the hostilities signals a concerning development for Israel, as it opens yet another front in an already complex and volatile regional conflict. Hezbollah, a powerful Shiite militant organization based in Lebanon, is closely allied with Iran and has a history of confrontation with Israel, particularly in southern Lebanon. The organization's decision to engage now, by targeting a key urban center in Israel, further intensifies the ongoing military challenges Israel faces. It also raises concerns about the possibility of sustained hostilities along the Israeli-Lebanese border, which could lead to a broader conflict engulfing both countries. In addition to Hezbollah's rocket attacks, Israel faced another threat originating from Syria. Israeli military forces successfully intercepted a drone launched from Syrian territory, which was presumably intended to infiltrate Israeli airspace. This action points to a coordinated effort by Iranian-backed forces in Syria, who have leveraged drones as a tactic to test and challenge Israeli defenses. The use of drones, which can be harder to detect and track compared to traditional projectiles, presents an added complexity to Israel's defensive operations. Syrian-based militias aligned with Iran have increasingly used drones to carry out attacks against Israel, a tactic that has become a critical component of modern asymmetric warfare. Israel's ability to neutralize this threat highlights the ongoing preparedness of its military to adapt to evolving threats, yet it also underscores the heightened risk of infiltration attempts by groups within Syria. Iran's role in these attacks cannot be understated, as it has long supported Hezbollah and other proxy forces in Syria, Iraq, and Gaza as part of its broader regional influence strategy. By supporting these groups, Iran effectively extends its influence and opens new fronts through which it can exert pressure on Israel. Iranian proxies, including Hezbollah, play a significant role in Iran's strategy to contain Israeli influence and counter Israeli actions against Iranian interests, especially in Syria, where Israel has targeted Iranian assets and militias. For Iran, these proxy forces serve as both a deterrent against Israeli military initiatives and as a means to assert its position in the region. The continued coordination between these Iranian-backed forces suggests an overarching strategy to stretch Israel's military resources thin by engaging it on multiple fronts. As the IDF responds to rocket attacks from Lebanon and drone threats from Syria, it faces a significant challenge in allocating its defensive capabilities across multiple areas, each with unique strategic concerns. Haifa, as a populous and economically vital city, represents a high-value target. Any attack or security breach in this area carries the risk of severe political and social ramifications within Israel. In the face of these mounting threats, Israel is also taking a defensive posture to secure its northern borders. The IDF has bolstered its presence along the Lebanese and Syrian borders, deploying additional troops and resources to monitor and respond to any signs of escalation. The government and military leadership in Israel are undoubtedly aware of the potential for a larger, more protracted conflict, especially if Hezbollah or other Iranian-aligned groups increase the frequency or scale of their attacks. The IDF's current focus is to maintain a posture of deterrence, conveying a clear message to Iran and its allies that any further aggression will be met with strong retaliatory measures. On the diplomatic front, Israel is engaging its allies to garner support and to underscore the severity of the threat posed by Iranian-backed forces operating from neighboring territories. As tensions remain high, international stakeholders, including the United States and European allies, are monitoring the situation closely, with some expressing concern over the potential for a wider regional conflict. The involvement of Iran, combined with the possibility of an extended military conflict between Israel and its northern neighbors, could have broader implications for stability in the Middle East, affecting global diplomatic relations and energy markets. Israel's current situation illustrates the complexities of its security environment and the broader geopolitical dynamics at play. The attacks by Hezbollah and other Iranian-aligned groups highlight the persistent influence of proxy warfare in the region and underscore the challenges Israel faces in maintaining its territorial integrity. In response, Israel will likely continue to rely on its advanced air defense systems, like the Iron Dome, and on maintaining high levels of readiness within the IDF to protect its borders and key urban centers from potential incursions. As Israel faces the ongoing threat of multifaceted attacks from Iranian proxies, the outcome of these hostilities remains uncertain. While the IDF's defensive strategies and technological capabilities have thus far proven effective in intercepting incoming threats, the persistence of these attacks underscores the depth of hostility that continues to define Israel's relations with its northern neighbors.